In the last video, we took a look at working with markers and how they play a big part in allowing you to keep your audio file in sync with your project. In this video, we're going to stay along the similar lines and look at working with region markers and looping points. Regions are much the same as markers, in which we looked at in the last video. However, when you add a region, you are essentially adding two markers, one that marks the start of the region and the other one that marks the end. Regions are used when you want to break an audio recording into smaller sections. To add a region, click on the Regions menu icon and from the drop-down menu, select Add Region, or hit Alt-M on your computer's keyboard. A text input will appear allowing you to type in the desired name of that region. Enter a name and hit Enter. By default, two markers are created, and as I did not make a selection to the audio file, the markers were placed at the start and end of the recording. So let's undo that. And now I'll make more of a specific region by selecting a portion of the audio file that we wish to use as a region. Now that I have made my selection, I can once again select Add Region or hit Alt-M on my keyboard. A region will once again be created, however this time the markers will be placed at the start and end point of my selected portion. Just as we looked at in the last video, if I am to double-click on a marker or right-click and choose Select from the drop-down menu, the selection will be set to that region. So the purpose of this region is that I want to make a new subloop from the first two beats. As I want this to be a loop, I'll put Edison into loop mode and begin playback. Now as the loop is playing, I can make adjustments to the start and end points of the region till it sounds just right. Once this loop sounds right, I can then use the drag selection tool to drag the new region into a new channel of FL Studio. If you have accidentally deselected the region, remember you can quickly select it again by double-clicking on the start and marker. So now let's move on to loop points. Once again, loops act much like regions do, but of course slightly different. Like a region, a loop consists of two markers, a starting point and an end point. However, a loop point does not necessarily mean that a loop will start at the first loop marker. Simply what happens is that when the audio is played, the playback begins at the start of the audio file, and when it reaches the end loop point, it will then return to the starting loop point and continue playing, like so. Now, if I am to drag this file into FL Studio, you can see by the Channel Properties view that the loop points are present in the file. If I am to play a note from this channel, you'll hear how the note starts at the beginning of the audio, then proceeds to loop through the start and end loop points. So in this video, we learned how to create regions and work with loop points. In the next video, we'll be taking a look at some of the basic editing tools in Edison.